10 leading men who ruled old Hollywood. Before there were superheroes, there were leading men, actors so magnetic that entire genres were built around their presence alone. They carried westerns, war films, and romances on charisma, and they turned the studio system into a star-making machine. Here are 10 men who didn't just appear in old Hollywood's greatest films, they defined what it meant to be a movie star. 1. Clark Gable. He was crowned the King of Hollywood, and he earned the title one unforgettable role at a time. Clark Gable's swagger and effortless charm made him the actor every studio wanted and every leading lady wanted opposite her. His turn as Rhett Butler became the role no one else could have played, cementing him as the year's defining leading man. 2. Humphrey Bogart. He didn't have the classic matinee idol looks, and that was exactly what made him unforgettable. Humphrey Bogart built his stardom on world-weary toughness and quiet vulnerability, playing men who were flawed, cynical, and completely human. His performances gave old Hollywood something it hadn't had before, a hero who didn't need to be perfect to be unforgettable. 3. Cary Grant. Cary Grant made sophistication look effortless. He could anchor a screwball comedy one year and a tense thriller the next, always with the same easy charm. Behind the polish was a man who had reinvented himself completely, turning a difficult childhood into the effortless elegance audiences fell in love with. 4. James Stewart. James Stewart gave old Hollywood its everyman, an actor whose stammering sincerity made ordinary decency feel heroic. He walked away from stardom to serve in the war, flying combat missions before returning to the screen forever changed. That depth showed in every role he played afterward, giving his characters a quiet gravity few could match. 5. Gregory Peck. Few actors carried moral authority the way Gregory Peck did. Audiences trusted him instantly, and he used that trust to play men of quiet conviction and unshakable integrity. His performance as a principled small-town lawyer became the role that defined not just his career, but an entire generation's idea of what courage on screen could look like. 6. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy made acting look like it wasn't acting at all. He rejected theatrical flourishes in favor of something quieter and more honest, a naturalism that few of his contemporaries could match. His decades-long partnership with Katharine Hepburn, both on screen and off, became one of Hollywood's most enduring stories. 7. Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper built his stardom on silence. He said less than almost any leading man of his era, and somehow that made him more compelling, not less. His restrained, stoic screen presence became the blueprint for the American Western hero, a figure of few words and unmistakable resolve. 8. Errol Flynn. No one embodied swashbuckling adventure quite like Errol Flynn. He leapt across castle walls and dueled his way through Hollywood's biggest adventure films, all with a wink that told audiences he was having as much fun as they were. Off-screen, his reputation for living dangerously became almost as famous as his films. 9. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power was Hollywood's matinee idol made real, impossibly handsome and effortlessly charming in swashbucklers and dramas alike. He walked away from stardom to serve as a Marine pilot during the war, then returned determined to prove he was more than just a face, chasing roles with real dramatic weight for the rest of his career. 10. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando arrived in Hollywood and changed the rules of acting overnight. His raw, unpredictable intensity made the polished performances that came before him look suddenly old-fashioned. He didn't just close out the studio era, he helped end it, ushering in a rawer, more honest style of performance that reshaped American film for decades to come. 10 actors. 10 different kinds of magnetism. Together, they didn't just star in old Hollywood's greatest films, they built the very idea of what a leading man could be, a template the industry is still borrowing from today.